Am I the asshole for making my GF clean the apartment? Me have a very beautiful but over-considerate GFF 28. We have awesome relation between us and RN we are living together. The one and only problem is that her sister and her BF, both of them are complete inconsiderate fools. They also have one kid. Whenever we used to go out for any activity, movies, lunch, etc., I was end up paying for it because I am making more money, but they never even tried to return it. So after 2-3 times I just stopped going and started making excuses. Recently me and GF went on 8 days trip, and to my misfortune her sis and BF were going to move into different place on same days as our vacation. The landlord of the new place told them that new place had some plumbing and electrical issues, so it'll take 2-3 days to fix it, so that sister asked my GF to let her stay at our place. I was not on board with this and I even warned her this is not a good idea, but it's my GF's apartment too. She assured me nothing will happen and I reluctantly agreed. So after 8 days of blissful vacation we came back to our apartment, and guess what, it's totally trashed. The walls were scribbled with pen, toilet was smelly as hell, kitchen was disgusting, like all food wrappers were everywhere. They trashed the apartment in 2 days. Least to say I was beyond pissed. I left my bags into my closet and told my GF that she need to clean this shit by herself and left. After I was at the bar I got text from my GF's bestie saying that I was rude to my GF and go back and help her. I just told her mind her business. She said I am acting like jerk. So am I the jerk in this situation? Edit. Whoa, so many responses. I just wanted to update on the situation. I went back to our apartment after 2 hours and my GF was in the middle of having a very serious talk with her sis, BF, and also their parents were involved too, and I think her mother was really angry at her sister and said pretty harsh stuff like get her shit together or they will cut any contact with her and etc. After that our apartment was half cleaned, so I started cleaning with her and apologized for my outburst, but not for my initial stand. I still think it was her partial responsibility. She also apologized to me on behalf of her sister NDBF. We will have one last talk about our boundaries and I think we will overcome this issue with no problem. Really, the sister and boyfriend should clean it. Not the asshole. The sister and her BF are totally taking advantage of you. And this is because your GF lets them, even encourages them. Not the asshole. I was not on board with this and I even warned her this is not a good idea, but it's my GF's apartment too. She assured me nothing will happen. She has to take responsibility. The other option is for her to ring her sister and her boyfriend instead of her friend. They did this, not you. Not the asshole. Your GF is getting the consequences of making an unwise assumption. Not the asshole. You said you weren't okay with her sister staying at the house. This was her circus, she gets to clean up after the monkeys. Her shitty sister and BF should be the ones cleaning up, but I don't see that happening. First of all, why does your girlfriend's bestie have the nerve to text your phone acting crazy? Couldn't be me. Secondly, sister and her man need to throw in some cash. You reacted way better than I could ever. Not the asshole. Not the asshole, you wasn't on board with the sister staying at your place. Your GF said it would be fine and let her sister stay anyway. It is the GF's responsibility to clean up the mess her guests made, and if she isn't happy doing that alone, her sister, the BF, and her BFF can get off their asses and help. Guests staying overnight in a shared place should really be 2 yeses 1 no. Not the asshole. You set a boundary for your living space. Your GF did not honor this boundary, and overrode your concerns about the situation. And then your concerns happens, after your GF assumed everything would be fine. It's her mess to clean up. And how is her sister's family so wild? Gross. Not the asshole. Sorry, all these people saying he reluctantly agreed. He didn't really, as he says in the post. It's her apartment too and is allowed to make these decisions. This is a consequence from her decision caused by her guests. Not the asshole. GF can ask her sister and sister boyfriend to help her with cleaning. You need to talk with her about her sister situation. Not the asshole. She insisted against your wishes that they stay there and they wrecked the place. Her responsibility to either clean up or force the sister and her BF to pay for the damage they have caused. Not the asshole. But your GF is being used by her sister and family. The sooner she sees it, the better. I was your GF. I woke up. It was very painful to process that people you love are there as you are useful to them, and when you remove your physical and financial support, they ask what are you there for then? Tell her that she needs to call her sister and clean up and pay for the damage. Not get her bestie to call you. Be gentle, your GF is going for a very rude wake-up. Not the asshole. Your GF has a choice: clean up the mess or make her sister clean up the mess. It's her decision whether to confront her sister or take all consequences on her own shoulders. I think you should ask what she's going to do before you left, but I understand your frustration and need to remove yourself from this situation. At the same time, GF would only be TA if she expected you to clean up after her sister's family, but we don't know if she did. Not the asshole. It's her mess to clean. If anything, her sister and the BF need to clean it up. It's their mess. Not the asshole. Her sister, and the BF should be the ones cleaning it up. You were afraid of this happening, and she swore it wouldn't. It did, and now they all need to face the consequences. Edited to change judgment. Thanks, Pancake Rule 20, for making me realize the right answer. Not the asshole. You wasn't on board with them staying there, you have been proved right. If GF has an issue she can call her sister for help. I would be very clear to GF this is the first and last time that they stay at your place. Not the asshole. Info: the lack of consideration you noted was that these fools expected you to pay for them all the time, but were there any previous instances where you or she would have seen them be slobs or destructive to a home? Not the asshole. If I was his girlfriend, I'd demand that my sister and her boyfriend come and clean everything up, or they would get on my no-contact list. Not the asshole. But get off your high horse, go home and help her if you love her. When the apartment is clean, sit down and talk to her. Tell her you're not picking up the tab anymore, and they aren't welcome in your shared spare anymore. Be kind about it, but this is serious conversation time. She's a doormat and she's making you her fellow doormat. Tell her she can use you in an excuse if she needs to initially, but no is a complete sentence and she needs to start utilizing it when it comes to her sister's family. Not the asshole, WTF. I'm sure this will be buried, but I'm curious, what has been your GF stance through all of this? Does she acknowledge her sister is an AH? Was she pissed when you came home too? Was she apologetic to you for saying yes to her sister against your better judgment? Does she realize she enables her sister? Not the asshole, but how GF feels about all this majorly determines what to do next. If she's pissed too, maybe help her finish up after a few hours and talk about how to set boundaries with her sister. If she's not pissed at her sister and only at you, well, you have much bigger relationship problems. Not the asshole. Lay down the law now. They are never welcome in your home again and you will not be funding any figure outings for them. If your GF didn't call her sister to come and clean the mess she made of your apartment, it can only be because she was expecting her to trash it and for you to clean it afterwards. Not the asshole. And if this was me, then honestly cleaning the apartment would be the least of the consequences that I would give her. I would honestly consider breaking up over this. Good luck op. And she chose to let them stay. Now she has to face the consequences of her choice against your recommendation to not let them stay. Nobody's calling sister and boyfriend to say GTF over here and clean up your shit. What off? They're adults and can come fix it themselves. Who leaves a mess in someone's home? Your partner, her sister and partner are children. FFS. And now you have the right to say no in the future. My brain is like WTF people. And this is what happens when one party disregards the other party's feelings. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Once everything is in order, make sure they didn't also take your things with them. If they have no problem taking advantage of you in public, why wouldn't they try in private and with no one around? Not the asshole. You warned her. She gave assurances. Way to have a vacation ruined the moment you come home. You def should have taken pictures of the place, posted them on social media with absolutely no comment. Hopefully the takeaway is that your GF starts to see her sister for who she is and not who your GF remembers her as or wishes her sister